Hello. I'm just gonna start because otherwise it's gonna be 20-minute loading screen again, and I'm not doing that two streams in a row. Um, so we're still waiting on one more person to come into the chat, one of the players. But other than that, I'll just kind of ramble, get some of the stuff started at least. Um, I hope everybody's doing good. I'm just fixing up the rules. Uh, sorry, our homebrew rules. Because we do have a couple that need to be added and edited. So I think just making a document and having that instead of updating the highlight reel. There are quite a few of them, so it will take me a little bit. So I'll do the rest of them after stream. But there is a new rule that I need to explain to the characters now that they're out of the place that they were in. So just that at the for the time being. A lot of this is going to be figuring out the items and things like that because there were a few that were left for these guys. What way is that way? You can't actually see my stream, but I can see myself. So yeah. And the players can, well, two of the players can see me as well. So I'm just kind of talking, and they can see that. So, oh well, it's fine. I'm fine with looking like a crazy person. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing okay. Last night's stream was super, super fun. If you didn't get to catch that, we played Phasmophobia with Steak Cheeseburgers, Seraphair, and Zelenar. So that was super fun. Steak Cheeseburgers, Aiden, streamed it on his channel as well. So that was an awesome time. Out of all of the games that we played, I think I died in at least half of them, or more than half of them, I say. But it was super fun. Got a bunch of new followers as well, and rated twice. I think we actually ended up doing like a 4.5, nearly 5 hour stream. It was really fun though. So look out for that in the near future because that game is stupidly fun. So it's always a good time to do that. Just as a heads up before we jump into it, we do not have our pop-up character anymore, so, not Imperial, Custodian Sumi, so EC's character, was the pop-up character for this little section. I do plan on having pop-up characters kind of come in every now and again, hence the term pop-up character. So last session, which was a Halloween edition, was his last stream, so it was super awesome to have him there, and he's not going to be in the streams from now, but yeah, I was super... It was really, really fun to have just someone come in and help these guys out and kind of be that, like, kind of shove them together and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really, really cool. So I do plan on having more in the future, like I said. So if you want to be a part of that, I normally chuck out messages in the Discord server that myself and Stack of Cheeseburgers run, which is actually still in a work in progress update at the moment, because at the moment it's called Gamer Hours. So if you put an exclamation point Discord, that link will come up. I believe that still works. I should probably check that. Just gonna check. Okay, cool. Okay, so it still works, which is good, which is nice. We it's still gonna be... I actually need to update that that message as well. I need to update quite a lot of my Moobot commands, but yeah. So messages will go out in there for if we're looking for pop-up characters, so then you can apply in that if you want. But yeah, what I might do is go through the announcements anyway. Announcements. While we wait for Brooke to get here. And then we can at least start chatting with the boys and that are in the game at the moment. So, running into that shit, a massive thank you to the hard work that Kevin McLeod puts into all of the music that people can use for free on Roll20, which is not this music at the moment. It'll swap over once I switch. But for DMs out there, using Jukebox through Roll20, there's a subsection called Incompetech, and all of the songs that I use during the game are from there. And all of those are copyright free, which is fucking dope. So in my kind of like Twitch bar thingy that has my my like bio and stuff, there is a Google Doc there that has a list of all the songs that I use, and I put them into playlists like Roll for Initiative, casual, roaming kind of stuff. So all of that stuff is there. I do rules differently, and if you want to know what those are, the current one, like I said in the beginning, is a work in progress. It needs to be updated. So that is a thing that will be updated before the next stream, since I'll work on it after stream. So I don't recap those rules every time because there are a fair few of them, and a lot of them are kind of wordy. So we just kind of say, these are the rules, and there they are. So there'll be a proper list out for those, including the new one that I'll talk about today, in the commands for everybody to see if they want to. So if you're confused about why I do rulings specific ways, it's just a thing. To check out the artists that have done the amazing character profiles, type in !DND icons, and you'll get the information for Wallflowered, who did Kian's icon, and details for Nebulous Kiwi, who did all the other ones. Nebulous Kiwi is a super awesome fucking artist, and so is Wallflowered. Like, I am actually currently commissioning Wallflowered for a player character of mine, and I'm so excited to see how that comes out. It's gonna be cool. To see the artist that does the maps, aside from the tree staircase and that the roots level, that was mine. We are actually going to be able to use some of those now, which I'm super hyped for. So hell yeah. Type in !DND maps, and you will find out information on the Reclusive Cartographer. Super awesome dude, super talented dude as well. I'm so excited to use some of those maps as well. So we'll take a break around 8-ish for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on time. We just kind of do it whenever we can. I mostly just say it just because at some point we probably do need to take like at least a little bit of a break. We don't do like massive sessions, but we now go from 6:30 to 10. So yeah, it's a decently run session. But yeah. So, last thing is, as I am the DM, I won't be looking at chat very often. I leave it to my wonderful mods who are roaming to suss out stuff. They have alternate ways of messaging me as well. So I look in the chat at the beginning and sometimes in the middle, at the break. Just depends on what I'm doing if I'm not setting up a map. And also in the wrap-up, so yeah. I do need to focus on the players as this is their experience, and I'm the DM. So, yeah. I'm just gonna close that now and minimize this, and move my curtain over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly swap over to our Discord so that I can chill these guys in chat for a little bit before Brooke gets in. So please hold while we transfer you, meaning sound, audio things, we love that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I genuinely have no idea why, so these are just things, I guess. I'll turn that up a bit, and I hope that Roll20 likes me today. The answer is no, it does not. This is where I find out that I've actually muted this, and I just didn't realise that I'm the fool here. Oh no, we good. Alright, let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
I didn't realise how wise my choice of bedroom was until today. I intentionally chose this room when we moved into the flex. It's like, hey, it won't get all the afternoon sun during summer and it won't be hot as fuck. And so I was sitting here, and I thought, oh, that's nice and cool. And then I thought, oh, I'm gonna go down into the dairy and get a fucking drink. And I walked outside and I was like, holy fuck, it's hot.
Yeah. Yep.
It's really hot, and I didn't realize until I left because my room does not get the afternoon sun.
Oh,
because
Jesus.
I chose wisely.
Hell yeah. Is your mic different? Because you're sounding a bit muffled.
It shouldn't be. Well, it's because the headset's being a bitch.
Ah, cool.
So
Just
I'm
checking.
having to use the headset. Oh, wait, it's because the headset's been bumped and it's turned off. That's why.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
Hey, Brooke's alive.
I can't wear it. If I wear it, it just turns off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So I've got
I am alive.
coming through my speaker.
Hayden, if you need another pair, come to EB. I'll get you 20% off.
I mean, I would, but I have zero money.
God mood. Okay. Also, I think you immediately bumped it again because it did it again.
Oh, it's still on. It's still on. The lights are still on.
Alright. Good. Okay, I'm just gonna turn you up then. We're good.
Yeah, it's just because it has to sit on the desk away from me.
Nah, it's all good. Just making sure that everybody's audible and stuff.
Aye.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, yeah.
I've still got the starting screen up, so you're good. Turn down a little bit. Jake, say something?
Hi.
Cool. Only one I didn't have to change audio on. Fuck yeah. Alright.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I'm indecisive as fuck, so the layout for this keeps fucking changing. The layout on stream, but like,
No.
I don't know. I'll figure something out at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But anyway. Before we jump into the session, since you guys are out of the tree, there is a two new rules that are now going to be implemented. I talked to you guys about this in Discord, but it felt kind of shitty to chuck in the lingering injuries rule and also the... I'm just going to reconnect so that Brooke loads as well.
Yay.
There you go. It felt kind of shitty to chuck in the lingering injury rules and also the downed rules as you guys were going into like a pretty big boss fight. So now that you guys are out of there, those two rules are in full effect. So the first one is in a combat, if you go down more than 4 times, you die.
Nice.
Because going up and down into combat and just kind of being like, oh, heal you like 1 hit point, it definitely messes with your psyche and stuff like that. So having that rule in there just kind of, I guess, evens that out a bit. Also, where did I put it? That is the wrong one. Here it is. So lingering injuries take effect when you take half or more of your total hit points in one attack. Multi-attack doesn't count, so it has to be, like, if the creature has multi-attack, only one of those attacks needs to do more than half your hit points for it to take effect. If you are dropped to 0 hit points or die, and if you take a critical hit. So, the lingering injuries table... That music is really loud. 1 second. Jesus. Get out of here. Alright. So lingering injuries damage table is split up into each damage type. So depending on which damage type you take, you roll a d20, and whatever you roll will determine what lingering injury you have. It does specify the ways that you cure them. I believe unless they are really, really bad ones, then they're kind of just permanent things. Inspiration dice can be used to re-roll the lingering injuries table thing. So if you roll a nat 1 and you're like, no, I don't want to lose my entire face, thanks, you can use an inspiration die to re-roll it. But yeah.
Nice.
Any questions about that stuff?
I guess we'll just fucking encounter it when it happens.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
hell yeah. I
What net ones?
Oh, I did have a question. So,
Mhm.
because I assumed we're out of the. No, I assumed. Oh my god! I assumed because we're out of the tree.
Mhm.
Oh no, well not because, but now that we're out of the tree, all these like, because I know we found a bunch of money
Mhm.
in the tree, and like gems and shit.
Yes, yes.
I don't think that's being dished out, has it?
I don't believe so either. So that'll probably have to be something that you guys do, in your own time. So we'll leave that for another week. We'll just say, forget about it for the session right now. Just worry about the stuff that you got given, or you got left from Sumi, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, I'm actually gonna minimize that because it's distracting me. And
Tyler,
hello.
were you sending me the new weapon stuff?
I was meant to, yes. I have it in a OneNote.
Just,
So. I knew I was forgetting
I
something.
don't know if we'll be getting up to much combat today, but you know.
Yeah.
Was this?
Honestly, it'll probably be easier if I add it to your sheet. So I'll do that after
yeah.
the session as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Gonna make another sticky note for myself on my screen.
Love it.
Add weapon to Brooke's sheet. Money and stuff from. Jesus, what the fuck is typing? Anyway.
Also, can you wear multiple rings of protection?
No. The highest one cancels the other one out.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And you can only wear 3 things that have attunement.
Does the bow need attunement?
No.
Ooh, sorry, what's that? What's the tune?
So in certain items it'll say like requires attunement, so it basically means you take an hour with it and it becomes kind of like bound to your person. Not permanently, you can unattune to things, but it just means you, I don't know, study it for like an hour and then it becomes sorry, the things take effect. Hi Izzy, thank you. But yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So just make sure that you keep track of how many things that you have attuned to your person. I would suggest making a, what do you call it, one of those little boxes, and put in how many attunement items that you have.
Oh yes, the wands don't require attunement, do they?
No, they don't. No,
Cool.
they're just kind of a thing you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had anything attuned.
Yeah, so just double check that. I think it'll become more in effect when you guys have a look at these items that you've been given from Sumi.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So
Right.
we'll suss that in a second. But to start, let's read the session notes. You're totally fine.
Lol.
Thank you, Jake. I'll give you a chucky and inspiration point for that. So you guys continue through the tunnel, finding the last disc thingy, and activates the large like ritual thing in one of the rooms. You go to leave, but it's like a big, what do you call it? What are those things? It's almost like a big Venus flytrap thing with massive amount of teeth. Kian summons a unicorn during the fight that doesn't do anything, but eventually just disappears. The thing died and leaves behind a fucking sick bow. Excuse me. And it's very cool because it's also sentient, and you guys need it to kill the big bad boys. Going through the iridescent door that appears, that leads you guys outside of the tree finally. Once you guys walk outside, you come face to face with Imperial Curator Vodun, who has a massive amount of papers and stuff strewn out in front of him and has been waiting for you guys. He's very glad to see you guys and meets Giallo for the first time. You guys have been in the tree for about 4 months and a lot of shit has happened. Vodin takes you guys to Kinellan, to the Mage Tower there, and then gets you guys teleported back to Murstone, which is also Emelia's hometown. There is a lot of high-ranking dudes from the guild walking around. Shit has definitely gone down. You guys find out that there's been a lot of disturbances in the waters around. Ships going missing, captains with their eyes gone, and just a lot of people missing. Tensions between a lot of people are high. Sumi goes to check out all of the stuff that you guys found, and you all pretty much say goodbye to Sumi, as this is the last kind of thing that you guys are doing with him at the moment. So, jumping into the session, we'll start off with you guys getting up at the Ahrozath family house. So, sorry, the Ahrozath castle. It's not exactly a house.
I mean, technically it's a house.
I mean, technically, yeah. So these guys all the way down here. And upon waking up, you are informed that there has been a very large amount of stuff been delivered to the house for you guys. And each of you get, like, a sack of things and a note, just one note that is addressed to all of you. Emelia, Kian, Giallo, and Viconia. With help from my colleagues at the League, I've managed to identify all the gear I gathered from the tree. I've broken it down into person-specific groups, another with items I didn't know who would benefit from the most, and kept a couple of minor items for myself. If you need more items identified, the Bibliosophists at the Archivist League have made aware. Sorry. The Bibliosophists at the Archive have been made aware that you might stop by in the next few days and are happy to help. So, each of you going into your things, you can pull them out and see there are little labels on things and like very brief like notes about what they do. So things that are in this list, you guys know what they do. So feel free to Google them. I know what some of the things do off the top of my head. Some of them I will have to get to you myself because of very specific lists. But yeah, so all of those items that are within those groups are for each of you.
Nice.
So remember, some of these might not be in the compendium, but you can drag and drop them into your character sheet from the compendium. If they're not there, then you will have to Google them. If you are unsure if you've Googled the correct one, just flick that link to me and or just tell me what the item is, and I'll find that for you guys. Just to make sure that we're on the right one, because there are multiple that just kind of do vaguely the same thing, but one or two things are different specified, so we gotta make sure, you know.
Wait, which list?
So in out-of-game RP. Yeah, I asked him to chuck it there because we were chatting in player planning, so...
RP2?
RP1.
Huh, weird, that didn't come up. Okay. I see now.
Yeah. But, I believe a lot of the session is just going to be like you guys planning what to do next. So knowing what all of these things do right now isn't that massively important. Yeah. So that stuff and all of your gold and things like that can be sussed out before next session. Also, this is something that I did with the other guys as well. Between now and next session, if you want to sell things, if you end up sussing up your money earlier, which I do recommend you guys do, you can have a look at the shop and figure out which stuff that you guys want to buy, and then going into next session we can have kind of a shopping spree bullshit thingy. Alright, and thanks for looking. Every now and again, I'm like looking over it. I have to like open and minimize the OBS because I'm like, look, don't look. But yeah, so each of those items and stuff you guys can chuck into your bags, and from there you guys are pretty much left to your devices to do what you wish with the morning. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to go find my best friend. What was his name again? Greg.
Greg,
I'd like to find Greg.
Greg had to get up early to do the archery with his mother. So you find him mostly just setting up the things and every now and again going over to someone, helping them with their positioning and things like that to shoot. But yeah, you can pull him aside and have a chat if you want to.
Yeah, just be like, I'm alive! Mostly.
Alright, because he hasn't seen you yet. You say that
Have you seen me as a tabaxi?
Yeah, yes. No, like, haven't seen you yet. Like, as in...
Oh, yeah.
Since you got back.
From... Yeah.
Back from the tree hell.
Been gone just for like 4 months with no words.
Exactly.
It's fine, it's fine.
You immediately get tackle hugged. So I'm gonna get you to roll strength save.
Oh god, no, I'm bad at those. Strength saving, sir.
Yeah.
15.
15. You manage to like hold yourself as you don't like topple over on the ground, but Greg is hugging you very, very tightly and is just ecstatic to see you. Pretty much just like looks you up and down, like shakes you on the shoulders, like, where the hell have you been? What the hell? You sent me nothing. I have been so worried. It has been 4 months. I thought you died. You're still a cat. How?
Well, see, I got stuck in a tree, a magical tree. Still a tree. Yeah, still a cat. I guess it is what it is. Got what we needed though, so that was handy.
Okay. You can see he's like looking over his shoulders. You can hear one of the you can hear his mother like calling out to him to tell him to get back to work. I'm sorry, I have to... We'll catch up later, okay? I should be done by about midday. Okay. Stay at least in Murstone, and then just like starts running off. He's still like pointing at you as he's like running off, and is like, you better.
No, just leaves before midday.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything, just fucks off.
Breakfast is provided for you guys, so you can each go downstairs, and there's a very large like dining room with a massively long table. You can see the elves from before that welcomed you in, Emelia's siblings. Excuse me. But you still haven't seen your parents, Emelia. But there are people walking around serving up things. They ask if you want specific drinks and then get them for you and stuff like that. Service is impeccable. The people are very nice. You would imagine it's because they don't get treated like shit like they did about 300 years ago. But yeah.
Okay, sorry, right.
Very good. How would you guys like to proceed?
I'm sort of, we like at a massive table. Are we all together at breakfast?
Yeah, Emelia would come in a little bit later because she was talking to Greg, but it's not very long after.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there at the table, and I'm looking at all this amazing food.
Yep.
And then I go to reach for something, like there's this, I don't know, like some fucking
right.
beautiful looking pastry. And then I'm like, oh.
Fucking forgot, you don't need to eat.
Oh yeah.
And I look over, I look around the table because trying to find someone to mention it to, and I see Kian, and I'm like, do you think This will hurt me.
I don't see why it would.
And I'm like, smells good.
I mean, you don't need it, but surely, like, all your stuff still works.
I guess there's only one way of finding out. Now, very tentatively and slowly eat this pastry. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
So nothing bad happens. I am actually just gonna quickly have a look at your thing. Actually, could you chuck it in chat?
I so can.
Hell yeah.
Where in the... Oh, let's find out which one it is. Here we go.
Okay. You don't need to.
That's all it says though, so...
Okay. So I
I mean,
mean,
you can't.
yeah. So nothing bad happens. You can still taste the food, although it does have quite a almost like a dulled down flavor, I'd say. But you don't feel like nourished from food, but you can still eat it if you want to.
Like, kind of, I finish it. Like, I get halfway through it, and then I just sit, like, the other half down, and I'm like... I just lean over towards Ki, and I'm like, I feel nothing.
Seems very.
She's very...
What did you do?
What
And
are
so I
you-
just kind of just sit there looking at the floor during the meal.
Uh-huh. So, Brooke, quick question. Zillus is the one without wings, right? The boy. The girl has the wings. I believe it was that, right?
Yeah, the girl has the wings.
Yeah.
Did we?
I don't know if there was
See?
like a picture for them.
Yeah, yeah, Zillus is the brother, so he doesn't have wings,
Okay.
but Asuran has wings.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify because I was meant to look that up, but I didn't.
Yeah,
So-
we don't actually say that they have wings, not that.
Mm.
Oh, I don't want to remove it.
So you guys are kind of at like one end of the table, and the other two twins are at the other side of the table. There is still the head of the table on either side has been very specifically left alone, and the two that are at the other side just kind of like quietly talking amongst themselves, and then the male that doesn't have wings, turns to you guys and asks, well, from the previous time that we met each of you, I see some things have changed. I guess with how overworked we are, our manners have slipped us. I am Zillus Bryon Ahrozath, the first son of the Ahrozath family. And the girl speaks up saying, and I am Zirin, Zirin Aquin Ahrozath, the first girl of the Ahrozath family. We apologize that our parents aren't present. They are very busy with the current predicament going on, so we're currently running things at the moment, but... and she motions to Giallo and Viconia and says, and you two, who? Actually, and Kian as well. They just motion to all of you, because you all look different.
Oh no,
How
they
do
would
you-
know who Giello
Exactly. They don't know who Giello is, and Kian and Viconia are not the same as they when they first met.
Ian
Exactly.
Yeah.
is slightly different.
Yeah, yeah.
was. They're just like,
Changed quite
who are these
slightly.
people?
Exactly.
Just
They're just like,
rounded
who are
out.
these randoms you brought into this house?
Pretty much. So that's why they gesture to you and ask who you are.
Oh, and I'm like,
Uh,
I haven't noticed because I'm still just sitting there staring at my plate.
well, I'm the same, I guess, is not particularly the way to put it, but it's Viconia. I just look very different. And you can see them just kind of, oh. Mm-hmm. And then look to the other two guys.
Kian looks pretty much the same.
Yeah. But I reckon with, like... Sorry, there is loud music playing outside. I apologize if you can hear it. Fucking neighbors. They're probably still just like... I'm just gonna say they're not very observant.
They've been busy, you know, doing shit.
And yeah, no, I haven't noticed that anyone's even asked a question.
You kind of feel like a kick under the table, Gello from Viconia.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, what?
The nobility have asked your name.
Lol, the-
The nobility, I'm like, oh, I just kind of mockingly go, I am one Giello Darkstar, hailing from the township of Skegness. How do you do? And I look at Briconia. No, I look at Emelia and I just wink.
I just laugh. I just start laughing.
Your siblings kind of just like look at each other and are just kind of like, what? Just kind of like clear their throats. Like the room will kind of like settles awkwardly afterwards.
And I just give them a really big smile and I go back to sort of like pushing my food around my plate.
Okay. Does Kian not reintroduce himself, or is he just like, nah, you'll know me?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's just like, I'm the same.
Yeah. So the air in the room kind of like settles awkwardly for a bit, and it's silent for like a few ticks, and then they're like, we have much work to do, so we're gonna leave you to your own devices. Please just respect the castle, Emelia. And then they both stand and they leave.
Me? What did I do? I didn't do anything.
They're mostly just being like, actually, roll an inside check.
I love this.
Just getting hated on over here for nothing. Jesus.
While they're throwing shade at her, he's just sitting there feeding the fucking ferret on his shoulder.
19.
Hell yeah. 19, you get, like, they're mostly not insinuating, like, you have destroyed stuff in the past. I mean, you probably have, but, like... but mostly, like, keep an eye on your friends, please.
Okay.
Don't let them loose in our home, is the kind of the vibe you get.
Don't let them just wander wherever.
Exactly. They stand up and exit, and now it is just the four of you.
I'm just like, the instant they leave, I'm just like, people might have noticed that I've been trying to hold in a laugh, and they're just absolutely going to hysterics. I was smashing the table. And like in a mocking voice of, and I mock Viconia. I'm like, the nobility have asked me to state myself.
Well, normally when you get asked... Sorry, that's not the fucking voice. You can hear it on my phone. normally when you get asked such things, you at least say your name, you don't ignore them.
And I'm just like,
You gotta eat it like it.
Can I just like mockingly go back? My name's Kiala.
From the town of... Oh shit, right, that's what it is.
and then I'm continually playing along, so I'm just like, oh yes, that is my name, thank you, yes, good, respect me.
Oh my god. You all are
My name's
insufferable.
Yellow. I'm a scary tiefling.
Yeah, I hail from Skegness. Yes.
At that fucking comment, I'm like, I fucking stand up, it's like, yeah, I'm a fucking scary tiefling, what do you want, Amelia, huh? Huh? Look up to this place? You know what I can do to this place?
I'm not scared, buddy. I've died.
And then I just stand there and I'm just looking at you and I'm like, yeah, no. And then I just sit back down.
Good shit. You guys kind of laugh for a second, continuing your kind of banter before that kind of like quiet sets in, and there's like kind of like a dawning coming on you guys where there's like a, even though you guys are out of the tree and everything that happened in there is like, you find yourselves, I guess, becoming more connected rather than just kind of pure chance. So what the hell do we do now? We're out of the tree. What next?
I guess we go after where the armor or the other weapon is.
I mean, true. I mean, should we see if we see what else Voden has found?
If we were to go read more books again, I might fucking die.
Well, if you're lucky, you'll come back as something else. Third time's a charm or something.
So much death. Much death. All the death.
I mean, with all the other things that have been going on, we probably are going to have to go back to Crania as well. Because wasn't it near Shadowfen?
Yes, I believe so. Yep, I believe it was down at the beach somewhere. Near Shadowfen.
I mean, do we want to try and get someone else to come with us again?
I mean, to be fair, Sumi was very helpful.
That's true.
We'd still have a dead Gallo if it wasn't for him.
And I'd be like, I just look at me and I'm like, oh yes, I'm so glad Sumi was able to bring me back just for you, Amelia. I'm touched.
Gallo, I didn't know you felt like that about me. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say no.
Before you say that, Amelia, Viconia is looking between the two of you, and then just kind of like leans back and is like,
Are you just supposed to go on a date because you're out of a tree?
Oh fuck, true.
I know that.
I forgot that.
I remembered. What do you think I wanted to talk to Greg for?
Okay, wait, do I notice, Viconia
Black hole, that's nothing good.
giving
Wait,
us
like,
a
how
look?
is she looking at us though? Is she looking like, the fuck is going on here, or this is just funny?
That's pretty good.
Jealousy. Definitely.
Oh, just...
Kind of just like a,
Wait,
really?
Do I know that? Do I know that she's jealous, or do you want me
No,
to
I said no.
Roll a perception
though.
check. No, like
Yeah,
before
yeah,
before you said no. After you say no, she's
Oh,
just like a, okay. You can never tell with people. Yeah, you can tell.
Okay. And
You
I
see
just,
her
I just, I
relax
just,
when Amelia says no, so.
and I look over at Kian and I'm like, Kian, boys' night.
It's not.
Hell yeah, it's good shit. Oh,
I'm just like, I look back down my plate and then I look back at Kian and I'm like, wait, if I don't need to drink, and I get drunk.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So we test it out.
You guys gonna go to one of the local pubs and get drunk?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Hell yeah. That'll be something
That's
that
okay,
we'll find
that's
out
one
later.
I've just planned the night, that's all.
Hell yeah. Okay. So how what are you guys gonna do first? So you're gonna be splitting off at some point or something or soon. But what do you want to do before then? You're gonna check in with Voden while you wait for Greg, Amelia.
Should we go check on Voden first? Because I mean
Because,
that is pretty important.
Yeah, I think Yale would be like sort of after all the jesting, he sort of like realizes the shit that we gotta do.
Yeah.
He's like,
Can I just like leave a note with one of the palace staff to be like, "Hey Greg, I'll be back. I'm not leaving Mirstone, but I got something important to do."
Yeah, absolutely.
So he doesn't think I'm running away again.
They'll deliver that for you.
Thanks.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go see Voden.
Cool. Do one of you guys have an Archivist League symbol?
I have a what do I have?
I don't know
if this is. No, I've got a my Adventurers Guild emblem.
Yeah. That unfortunately won't get you in here.
No.
Wait, did we get given a symbol? Someone gave us a
I
symbol, right?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
One of us has it.
Either that or Voden has just been with you whenever you do stuff, so...
I'm pretty sure he's mostly just been with us.
Okay, so you guys don't have one.
Okay, so we just gotta knock on the door and be like, "Hey man,
Yeah.
there's a vote in here."
So there's not actually a door, there's like a gate around first. So you go
we
up to the
can just
gates.
be like, knock on the gate. Tap on the gate.
There are guards outside the gate, so...
I know, but I still want to tap on the gate.
And as she's tapping on the gate, I look at one of the guards and I do like a little, "She's nobility, mate."
You see them just like, because they're standing up very straight and tall with like a spear in their
Yes.
hand, they just kind of... Uh-huh.
Do they not believe him?
They do not believe him at all.
Oh, what? Can I try and convince them?
You can with disadvantage.
I love
Okay.
I love that you're trying to do this.
I'm like, Gallo's like testing the water, seeing like what he can get out of having a noble friend.
Hell yeah.
Well, friend, companion, acquaintance. What would I need to do to try and convince him?
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, here we go.
I'm
Here we
gonna
go.
cast friends on one of the dudes.
Oh, it was shit either way.
I mean, to be fair, I have an emblem that like is like, "Hey, this
I'm gonna
person
cast-
is of nobility."
I'm gonna cast friends
me,
on one of the
but-
dudes.
This is way too funny.
On the guy that is already trying to be persuaded?
I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, check up the friend spell.
Sorry?
Sorry, I'm getting Hayden too.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, honey. Ugh. Okay, so it just happens, but it happens for a minute. Oh. Okay. So...
You read that too, didn't you? Yeah, the magic thing.
Yeah. So...
It was so good.
So you cast friends on him, so it evens out, and the total is 6. So...
I was doing it so that I could talk to them.
Okay, what do you say to them?
We really go to see Voden, like...
Alright, I don't think that requires a check then, because you're just being like,
no.
I'm here to do things.
Yeah. He's rolling a check to see if he can convince them that I'm nobility, because they don't believe him.
Okay, so... The 2 conversations that are pretty much happening with this one guard that has been casted friends on, you see, like, the very stoic expression of the guard, kind of, once the spell's been cast, kind of turned a bit softer, and is like, oh, okay. Before listening to what Yellow's saying, and then looks back at Emelia.
There's this cat tapping on the fucking gate.
Yeah, just...
On the gate, yeah.
Then the guy kind of just smiles and goes like, I want to believe you, but I really don't think so.
Cool, in that case, I'm gonna cast Blink and then just slowly go further and further past behind them.
Hold on. No, like, before, like, they've addressed Gallo, and then they turn to you, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, I can go and get Voden for you guys. And as he starts walking towards the gate to open it, that's when Friends wears off.
Oh.
It lasts a minute.
Not a very long time.
No.
Goes to open the gate, and then closes it again. Turns to the lot of you, and because afterwards they become hostile, they bring up their spear and start calling out to other guards.
Oh my god, you guys! Can I just be like, hold up, I can prove I'm nobility, and I just like slowly like reach in and like pull out my like emblem thing, and I'm like, right, we are actually here to see Voden, they're just idiots.
Oh, wait.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Good idea.
Oh god.
This is exactly like the first time you tried to do this.
14.
Okay. They kind of like squint at the emblem and they're like, okay, well it's... You can see them like trying to piece it together. They're like, okay, it's legit, but maybe she stole it. Maybe, I don't know. The nobility aren't cats.
I'm cursed, okay? I like look at them and I'm like, I'm cursed, and that's all I say as I like watch them.
You can see other guards have appeared, one of which being the guard that you had dealt with the first time, who's like rushing forward with like the like sword in hand because they've been called on guard, and they get to the gate and he's like,
he's like, not this bitch again.
someone go get Voden. Tell him his lot are here. You guys wait a couple of seconds as the guy you dealt with before tries to calm down this one guard, but he's like, he cast a spell on me. They're trying to get in, and then it's like calming him down as Voden walks out, and just the look on his face is, not again. You've been gone for 4 months and you do the same shit. As he opens the gate and kind of pats the guard on the shoulder. I believe he has this. I'm just gonna quickly check. Because he actually has a character sheet now. Oh, he does have it. As he walks past and pats the guard on the shoulder, I would say that you all are spellcasters, but I'd probably say that Ken, you would be the one that sees a... What is it? Something for it. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, there isn't a component. Cool. You see him kind of, with one hand that's down on his side, kind of does something in a way... Sorry, that he casts something as he pats him on the shoulder, and you see the guard kind of, like, calm for a second, before he walks over to you guys. When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Get
I
in
just
here.
look at him and I'm like, I don't know what these two did.
Alright, come on. You guys get led in by Voden. Away from the guard who's still just a lot calmer, but is still like side-eyeing all of you guys. But yeah. You get into the building, you go up the levitator, that's what it's called, up to the 3rd floor, going into one of the other rooms, and you can see there's already a bunch of stuff all over the desk in here as he gets in there and unlocks the door and lets you guys in. There are seats for you guys to sit on, as he just kind of, like, chucks himself into the chair, and then has his arms folded and just glares at you for a second. Okay. To make this a little bit easier next time, and he pulls out an emblem and hands it to Emelia. Instead of trying to convince people that you're nobility, just show them this when you're trying to get in here. Probably try and cut up with the nobility stuff, unless they know, they properly know. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep thinking that you stole that thing.
I mean, everyone does at this
Did you
point.
get something else to go with it to prove that you didn't steal it?
See, no, but the one that I have is, like, really hard to steal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because my family are not cats, and I look like a cat.
Mm.
I need, like a pin that just says, hey, I am Olabella, I'm just cursed.
Olabella?
Hi, my name.
Fuck me! God damn it!
Olabella's daughter.
Amelia! Alright, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy. My character is, like, literally Emelia Ahrozath, and I get them mixed up. My name is Emelia. I am cursed.
Get it on a
I
t-shirt.
am who I say I am. Yeah, I just need a t-shirt with that or something, and just walk around with it on.
Too good.
Okay.
When your D&D characters just start to merge.
I mean, yeah.
I've been doing it this whole campaign. I don't think it's stopping anytime soon.
At some point, Voden and the other game's character Raiden, the NPC that I play, they're gonna meet, and they have the same voice. So they're just gonna
Hi
have an
there.
entire conversation
Hello.
like this.
What?
Yeah, I'm Raiden, I'm Voden. Hi. Fucking hell, I hate it.
These that are all voiced by like the same fucking dude.
Look, I'm not an actual voice actor. Fuck. You break something.
No, I just knocked shit down.
Okay, so you guys get a glare from Voden. He's parenting glare. He's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Oh, my life.
Okay, so good news is one of the words. I mixed this up in Friday's game as well. While I was doing some research here in Murstone, I ran into a Furbolg man His name is Relodark, and he is a druid who is a follower of Ezra from the town of Kinellan. Kinellan? Yes.
Ezra Miller? Whoa.
Whoa.
You're like, is my lore right?
It's the Flash.
The Flash! Fucking hell. And we began talking about some things because he overheard me talking about a cat person. I was talking about Emelia. He was also telling me that he was doing some work for a tabaxi by the name of Fargus. Which I believe was a name that you told me, Emelia.
It is indeed.
They had recently gotten back into town, but I ran into him a couple... Hold on. Fuck. Okay. They got in town before them. Yeah. Do droids have sending? Does he have sending? That's a better question. No, he doesn't. Because that's why he had the sending stone with you guys. And I have yet to hear back from him about the whereabouts, but I heard from him that they were doing something in Krasmir, but I believe when they meet with Relodark again, there is going to be a probably very brief amount of time where they're in Murstone before they leave again. They were looking for the Tree of Life or something like that. I don't know.
Wait, isn't that what we just left from?
Nope, you left from Kinellan.
No, but the tree, did it have a name?
It had a name. It was the Cherub Kuska.
Something or other.
That's right, it was something different.
Yep. That one gets very confused with the Tree of Life sometimes, but it is very, very different.
That fucking tree of death.
Hell yeah. It's the opposite.
It's the death tree for Emelia.
Hell yeah. But I've managed to have a look into some things for where the next one is, the next Devil Weapon is, and it is in a pretty much a sinkhole in the south of Shadowfen. This one is the Dave of the Sea, so it's in the water.
Glad I picked up that spell then.
And then I'm just like, oh, I don't need to breathe, so perfect.
I have water breathing as a spell.
Yeah, but you don't like no water because you're a cat.
I'm so mad! I'm a cat and I hate water, but like I'm also a goddamn like half elf, half triton that loves the water. I'm very confused right now.
You need your water.
I've got water breathing too, and I can use it as a without using a spell slot.
Oh, nice.
I took a feat.
Does it work for everyone or just for you?
No, I can do it for up to 10 people.
Oh, Sam. It's good. It's a good thing we both have that then.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, right, who's ready to go for a swim?
I'm kind of like,
Emelia.
I'm just like,
I look at me and I'm like, what's wrong? And then it clicks and I'm like, heh.
I'm like, I love swimming, but I also am terrified of the water right now, and I like mutter under my breath.
I don't know how this is going to go because, well, I don't know about the rest of you, but, well, actually, I do know about the rest of you because we washed up on a fucking beach together, but isn't there some ocean-related trauma there?
And I it's funny you said that because I was about to say the same shit. I'm just like, Yeah, I did kind of die in the ocean.
I did kind of die, just a little bit.
Just a little die.
You believe you can't drown now, like, so...
Yeah,
And I'm
true.
like-
That is true.
Well, how are the turntables?
How the turns table. How the turns have tabled. How the tables turned. No, yeah. How the turns have tabled.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
the turns have tabled.
Here's table.
True Frodo.
Slurring at the table. There we go.
Also, I will mention I just scrolled back through the items list and I figured out how much money we have and also how much gems.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah, we can figure that out at some point.
Fuck yeah. Well, if we do have to go to Shadowfen, then I think we were at least looking at bringing someone with us again, because Sumi was a great help. Is there anyone that you could potentially lend?
Why are you lighting off fireworks? It's daytime, you can't fucking see
I
them!
know, right? Fucking...
Oh my God,
You
so
can't
funny.
see them!
It's just a waste of money at that point, like hell. Anyway.
It's like terrifying the other night. Someone was letting... Because we're in the CBD. There's nowhere with backyards to set them off in. So people set them off from their fucking roofs.
Holy fuck.
And we walked past one that was like on Cuba Street, right in the middle of the fucking city. And they were setting it off from it from their roof, right? On the corner. And then there was a building that was about taller than theirs. Like, attached to them. So that was fun to walk past.
Choices. Jesus. People are stupid. Anyway. Voted thanks for a second. With all of the members of the the Adventurers Guild pretty much in commission because of the things that are happening around Latov. I mean, there could be an option of a guard from the Archivist League, perhaps someone else from here, but again, it would have to be someone that volunteers to. I mean, unless you can find someone in Shadowfen. Give me 1 second as I see if Shadowfen is a large city. Shadowfen itself isn't actually a big town, so you'd have to circle to Canal again and then go to Shadowfen. You can have a look and see if there's anyone around, at least in Murstone, that could be of use or help, and get back to you probably in the next day or two. You'd probably want to head out pretty soon though, right?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I'm not against a day of rest, however.
Yeah, we might need a day or so because of that goddamn tree.
Mm.
You could also pick
Amen
up
to
some new
that.
things as well. Things that could probably help us. A plethora of
That's a
healing
good
potions
idea.
might be nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Seeing
get
as
stock
we
up
have
on
someone
those.
who enjoys dying.
True.
Okay, I'm not dead yet.
If I hear from Relo Dark about this other party, then I'll let you all know. Well, I'll find a way to let you know at least. Do you still have the Sending Stone, Emelia?
Wait, do I have it or did someone else take it from me when I was dead?
It would have been given back to you when you were alive.
Okay. I pull it out. I'm like, I don't know if it still works.
we get the other
Because
orange
it
bit?
stopped working in the tree.
Do we get the other orange bit from Sumi? Like, because there was another set of them.
True. You guys probably did.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It's not in here, but he did say there were a couple more, but he doesn't remember what they were. So Vodin brings up the stone to himself and goes to cast, and then sends a message to you. You do receive it very clearly.
Okay, so it does work. Must have been something with the tree then.
Probably. Considering there was a very large amount of time that, from when Sumi left to when all of you got out of the tree, I have a feeling there was some... I don't know what other way to put it. Magic fuckery. So... Time definitely ran differently in there for you guys, which...
Time is a weird soup.
It sure is.
That's weird too.
So... Unfortunately, there has been a large amount of time where you haven't been on the material plane. Or at least... in the right time in the material plane, at least. But... I don't believe that should be the case with the water. Since you're not stepping into... essentially a different dimension. Which is what I assume the tree would have been. And he's like shuffling through some notes and like bringing up stuff. You could see in one of his, as he moves aside some like papers and stuff, there's a, like a see-through case that has some like bark in it, and it's the same colour as the tree, and also a couple of vials that have the sap. You see the drawing of the symbol that you guys had to put together on the tree. There's quite a few different pieces that Vodin has managed to like put together and is just kind of scattered all across this desk.
Wow, you really knew a lot about that tree.
Well, whatever it is.
Yes, you can even call it that.
But I guess the rest of today and tomorrow is yours. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. Yeah, not sure what else to tell you lot. You did get the bow though, right?
I nod at Emelia.
Can I with a straight face just be like, no? Even though it's like clear on my back?
Oh, it's clear on your back? Okay, I was gonna say make a deception check, but no.
We found a boo, just a bunch of
Just to be boo.
I just like have it on my back and I just be like, no.
Give me the bow, Amelia.
It's just
Wait, wasn't he the one that checked it out? Wasn't Foden the one that checked it out?
Was he? Right, you don't have that. None of you have that thing.
Yeah.
He still wants to have a look at it again.
Okay, I just hand it over to him.
Yeah, so he pulls out a couple of different things and is looking at some of the other pieces of paper that he's drawn on. Opens like a couple of books, and as he's like kind of like turning it around and looking at it, he makes a sketch of it as well. And just for like a couple of seconds is kind of giving it like another look over, and then as he hands it back to you, his hand is still on the bow, and as soon as you grab it as well, the two of you feel what's almost like an electric shock between the two of you. A immense feeling of dread and fear. And Vodin looks from the bow to Emelia. Did you... Just kind of lets the bow go and lets you like take it. It's kind of giving you like a very quizzical look as well. Did you get
Do I
that
still
as
feel
well?
dread?
Like, as you're holding, like, it was almost just like a quick passing, and then it was gone, but, sorry,
Okay.
not gone, but it's like, very faintly lingering, I'll say. And then it just kind of fades.
So I like point at him and was like, you felt that too, right?
He just gives a very slow nod and pulls out another bit of, pulls over a book to him and starts writing. Still looking at you, but is like writing, and then
Looking at me, it was like,
yeah, just like a very like quizzical like but then writing and then closes the book. Okay. Well, I mean, it can communicate through emotions, so
except what's it trying to tell?
unsure. Perhaps when you can try and, I don't know, meditate or something with it. Sometimes that can give you a clearer idea of things. Especially with sentient weapons, at least. Also I've read, I don't know.
Okay, I will try that.
Right. I haven't managed to find anything out about the armor as well. There just seems to be no trace of it.
Well,
Oh.
I guess we just gotta go after where we know something is.
Hopefully we can find out where the armor is if we go to the next one.
Either way.
All I know is that we can't really waste much time.
True. I'll keep a scout out and see if we can find anybody. You guys can go. Then do whatever you want to.
I give him like a little salute and then I just leave.
He just kind of like rolls his eyes a little bit.
As I walk out the door, I sort of turn around and give a double thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
He honestly must think we're like the weirdest batch of people ever. Like, if someone just comes across us and then they find out that, like, I've died a bunch of times, you guys have died a couple of times and changed into other things, and then we just act like that, they'd just be like, these people are a bit loose in the head, okay? These people are a bit nutty, they're a bit crazy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just going on about, oh yes, I am nobility, and they're like, which one?
I told.
Which one? And then I'm like, this one, and they're like, you're a cat.
I'm the queen of the cat people.
I'm queen of the cat people.
Sorry, probably should not have responded to that this time, but I did. Cool, so you guys can go and do whatever y'all want.
Nice.
Can go back to Greg.
Yes.
I may as well, over here, I'll put in Discord how much money everyone gets, and then we've got some like art and gems that we can sell at a later point to get money. Unless Tyler doesn't mind us selling them now.
Yeah, you can absolutely go
then
and sell them now.
Greg.
I'm like, alright, I'm off to the market, and in my hands, just got like a pile of art and gems.
Hell yeah.
Nice, let's
So-
change that then.
You can hold on before you do that.
Mhm.
Actually, no, don't worry. Sorry. Go ahead. What am I trying to find? Let's get most done. Kian, make a perception check.
And that is a no. Tides.
Okay.
I don't think I have a bonus. No, I do not. I don't think I have anything that does anything with it, do I? Ooh. I will
Right.
also bend luck.
Alright.
Expend 2 sorcery points and add a d4. Where the fuck's my d4? There it is.
Did you split this between 4 or 3?
3.
Viconia is an actual part of your party.
That is so true. Hold on, boys.
That's a dirty 20, Tyler.
Alright. You are walking through the town. Sorry to make you redo math, Jake. I just thought I'd remind you.
That's such a great point. It's all good.
As you guys are walking through the town, you catch a glimpse of someone that you find very vaguely familiar. You see, walking off into quite a, like the outskirts of town where all of the housing is a blonde-haired elf. You can tell because you can see her pointed ears. Blonde hair and pigtails, wearing a black, like, cape kind of thing, in a very neat, like, dress. I believe she was a dress. Very pale skin with, like I said, light blonde hair. Walking away with a group of other people that you don't really care about, not to look at any further. But that person seems very familiar to you. And very faintly in your head you hear the words in a very deep, gruff voice. The Council of Magnite banishes you, Kian Lopris. And you kind of shake your head and catch up to the rest of the group. So
What's
Jake's
the
done some
what's the
math.
time of day?
Jake's
Sorry?
done some math.
Oh yeah, everyone take your money.
Yeah. Let's say the time of day is
You did the monster math.
A monster mash.
It's a graveyard graph.
I'm gonna say it's
Ooh,
nearing
that's
midday.
some money.
No, midday, nice.
Yeah. You guys have been probably in just kind of chatting, filling in, voted on a bunch of stuff for a while, and also we'll just say that you slept in.
Nice.
You'll deserve it. But yeah, so all of that stuff. Emelia, do you go back to the castle?
I want to talk to Craig.
Ugh.
Cool.
So great.
If there's anything that the rest of you guys want to get while I do this RP thing with Brooke, feel free to. Just have a look at what you want to get. Otherwise, you can say insert shopping here, and have a look throughout the week to see what you actually want to get. It is up to you guys. Joe. So, Emelia, you go back to the castle. You can see that Greg is picking up arrows, putting that stuff away. His mother is off, like, talking to a group of people. So, he's by himself, like, packing up, but sees you and then gives you a wave, and I got your note.
Hello, friends. So that's something I need help with.
Okay. Is it picking up arrows
So,
still?
can I just help him pick up arrows while we're doing this?
Yeah, absolutely.
While we're having a chat. I'm just like, so, you know Viconia.
Vaguely, yes.
So I kinda like her, and she likes me, and we said that if we made it out of the tree, we'd go on a date. So I need help planning a date.
Your life is weird at the moment.
I'm just looking at her like, when has my life not been weird?
I mean, weirder than normal.
I'm literally a tabaxi.
Yeah, that's part of the weird.
What else is weird? You know?
Vanishing for 4 months and coming back and saying you were in a tree?
Okay, to be fair, it didn't feel like we were gone for 4 months.
I mean...
Time looked very differently in that tree.
Clearly.
It was a big, giant, magical tree. I stopped myself from telling him how many times I nearly died. I'm like,
well, what is she like? Like, what do you think you want to do?
Maybe like a picnic?
That sounds cute.
Yeah? Like, I would honestly do it at the beach. But, terrified of the beach right now, so not a good idea.
Yeah, from what you said, it's probably a really bad idea.
So maybe in the, castle gardens?
I mean, there is that place with, like, the swing out the back, with, like, that little maze thing.
That's cute. And do they still have, like, the, like, lights up?
I mean, I could hang them up.
Yeah, that'd be good. Get some, like, snacks from the kitchen.
I'm sure we could get someone to make something. I mean, like, one of the, let's go choose a race. One of the cooks, Thamula, she's been working on some new, like, pastry recipes and stuff. She's been trying to get me to, taste test them and stuff like that. They're really good.
Yeah, that'd be cute, like some little pastries.
I just looked up and I was, like, making up shit. Fuck, the curtain's been dropped. No, put it back up. Because from the first campaign with, Olabella and her other siblings, I forget which one it was, but, you went out there and there was the
swing, right?
Yeah, the swing, and also the statue and pond of Olabella's father.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
There it is. That's a nice spot.
Yeah. So you and Greg are, like, playing stuff. And
Okay, so
yeah.
blankets and food
Mm.
and drinks.
Yeah.
And then have to get her to come out there with me.
I mean, she probably doesn't know the grounds that well, but you could...
I could ask her to go on a walk with me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Like, so I gotta go ask. Oh wait, what was her name again?
Thamula.
Emelia.
Thamula.
Thamula.
Yeah.
I need to go ask Thamula for some food and some drinks and find a basket and some pillows and, I don't know, blankets, whatever. Set it up and then go find Viconia and ask her to go on a walk with me.
Okay. I can set up the outside, you talk to Thamula and get, like, the food and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I like give him a big hug. I'm like, thank you for helping me.
Yeah. As you go to pull away, he just kind of like hugs you a bit tighter. I was really, really worried. And then like
I'm sorry.
pulls back, but has like a big grin on his face. It's like, despite all of that, I'm really glad that you found like someone.
I'm just like, and then I just like run off.
Yeah. And you both just like dart in different directions.
Yeah.
You go and find Thamula, a halfling woman who is one of the main like kitchen staff. Not staff. Yes, staff.
Yeah.
She's making a bunch of things, like rolling some pastry and stuff like that, and is making like little things as you go in. We don't have to like RP this out, but like you go and talk to her and request like a few things. She has like a couple of things already made, so she's like, oh, try these, which ones do you like? I can make some of these other ones so that they'll be warm and stuff. You pick a couple of them out that you like. You can go into like, there's either like a cellar for like all the wines and stuff that your family has, but there's also like a bunch of different other drinks as well, and like the massive, it's almost like a fridge, but it's more just like a cold box because medieval shit. And yeah, you go and pick out whichever ones that you want. You because Taria is a druid, you go into her room and pick one of her picnic baskets out. But as soon as you step into that room, you kind of find yourself like freezing for a second. The very... This is not really creepy, but like the very familiar like smell of the flowers and things like that that grow in her room remind you of her and things like that, and it kind of just hits you for a little bit of a second that it's been a really long time. You guys go and... you guys. You kind of wander into the room and just kind of sit on the bed for a little bit, looking around the room and stuff like that. Some of her plants have, like, wilted, because she hasn't been here in a while. But you see, majority of them are still decently intact, as you hear a male voice from the door. I come in here and try and water her plants, but I'm not as good as tending to them as she was. And you find your brother Zillis there, leaning against the doorframe. You haven't seen her?
Not lately.
Sure, I guess not, but we've got people going to try and scout for her, but they haven't found, they haven't found anything, or they haven't come back.
Somehow I don't think she'll be found unless she wants to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice that you're looking after her plants, though.
Trying to, at least.
Trying's good.
And kind of walks
And then I
in.
kind of just like collapse on the ground and cry. Just randomly, just...
Yeah. He goes into the room and just kneels next to you, kind of moving the picnic basket out of the way a little bit, and then just hugging you. You guys sit there for like a little while. You very faintly hear the sound of like footsteps, and then they echo away. But you are both just kind of caught in your own like little bubble as as close as you and Taria were, like extremely being twins and also just being siblings and like best friends. Zillis was very close with Taria as well. And Azurin, I immediately forgot the fucking name. Azurin, yeah. had like, I guess like moments with Taria, but not nearly as close as you guys were with her.
Mm-hmm.
You guys stay there for like a little while before you sniffle and like wipe your face. You hear like a very quiet like knock on the door. Look over and can see Greg there. Kind of just give you like it's kind of like solemn smile and says that it's ready for you and stuff, and then just kind of backs away and gives you your privacy. Zealous like gives you a kind of like a raised eyebrow, like wiping his tears away, and it's like, what's ready?
Got a date.
Well, I hope you have a great time. Go and wash your face. Your face is red. Not red. Fuck, I forget you're not an elf. Go and dry your fur. That's how that would work, right? Because you have fur on your face. So he like stands up and then just gives you like a pat on the head and leaves the room.
Go dry my face. my fur. I go dry my fur.
Yeah.
Before like taking the basket to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Filling it with the stuff that I've been given and running it to the place and then like running back in to find Viconia.
Yeah.
Just walking around with a picnic basket is kind of a giveaway.
You do that, and as you're kind of going around to the front of the building, you can see Viconia's just getting back from doing her own shopping. As she's walking in, she like gives you a wave. The other two proclaimed it was boys' night, and I had to leave, so I'm back here now.
I just like look at her and I was like, will you come on a walk with me? I'd like to show you my home.
Sure.
I like offer her my like arm. You know that thing where people like offer their arm and you can like loop through?
Yeah.
I do that. Yeah, I do that.
Okay.
And I take her to a couple of different places first. And I'm like, this is the rose gardens. That's my mum's favorite flower. And then I'm like, this is the pond. One of the ponds. It's a favorite of this person's. Until I like bring her to the area with the swing and the pond and the like the mix. And it has like the little like twinkling like fairy lights up, and there's like a cute little blanket on the ground with some pillows and a picnic basket.
Mm-hmm.
And I just bring her in and then I don't say anything.
Okay. You kind of like you bring her in to like sit down or like just kind of stand?
Just kind of stand.
Okay, cool. As you walk over to this area, she's been like giving like little hums of like, oh, that's nice, and things like that as you guys are walking around, and she has like a small smile on her face. But as you guys get to that, like the area with all the lights and stuff like that, her eyes like light up, and you can see as you're looking at her the reflection of the fairy lights in her eyes, and insert something else romantic or some shit. Because you guys aren't in like immediate fucking danger and shit, she's not wearing her like plate armor and stuff like that. She's dressed a lot more casually. And she kind of walks forward, like unlooping her arm from yours a little bit, but still she does that thing where you like unloop the arms, but she grabs your hand and pulls you forward. And like walks forward to where like all the picnic area is, and like sits down and gives you like a very big genuine smile. You can see her fangs now. As she sits there, and normally you've noticed with Viconia she carries a lot of tension in her shoulders, and you can see she is fully relaxed, and her hair that's normally up all the time she kind of gets the ponytail and lets it out, fully and like properly, figuratively and literally letting her hair down, and then just sits there looking at like the scenery around you guys, still her hand held in yours, and this is really nice. Thank you.
I believe I missed the date.
True, you did. And I'm glad we made it out.
So am I.
Like, kind of like motions to the picnic basket, and you guys get out the food and drinks and stuff, and just like relax and have a very cute date. Yeah. I'd say it would have taken a couple of hours, so it is now like the afternoon. You guys end up like staying out there for quite a while, until the sun starts to set a little bit, creating like a what season is it? Frost below. So as the sun starts to set, it starts to get a little bit colder. As you guys sit out there, you notice that there are an extra couple of blankets out there as well, that Greg has put out there for you guys. So you kind of just chuck one on and lean a bit closer to each other, watching as the sky turns from a very like pale blue to the mismatch of like oranges and yellows as the sun sets, and then just end up lying back against the pillows and looking up at the sky as little stars start to appear in the sky as well.
Very cute.
Hell yeah.
Very cute.
And reverse time, the boys have been doing some shopping, and then after that, after kicking Vaconia away for some for a boys' night out on the town, what are you guys doing?
So just done all the shop. Oh yeah, Kian's got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, right. I want to put this theory to the test, Kian. Where's a good place? If you even know one.
Kian, you have no idea. This is a big fucking town. Everyone's taller than you. You can't see one of the signs on the buildings because of fucking people.
I know one. Yep, great, this way. And I'm just picking a direction and fucking going.
Alright.
Okay, so I just dash along after him.
Roll a d6, Hayden. Oh, sorry. Roll a d4.
No.
1. Okay. You guys wander for a little while. I don't know fucking why. I nearly called Yellow Hamish.
Okay. I
don't fucking know why. That is the wildest fucking thing from that. Anyway, Giallo. You get a feeling that he's just kind of... He doesn't really know where he's going. Until you find a very dingy looking place. Hayden, roll odds or evens. So d6.
That's the 5.
You go up to the place and you can see that the sign on the door says escape. In very like cursive calligraphy. You can hear the sounds of like quite jovial, not jovial would be the word, like slow music being played inside. As you walk in,
Escape.
escape.
Funny, it's spelled just like escape.
Yeah. You see a half-orc and a halfling, both females, in very skimpy clothing dancing on a stage. You guys have found yourself in a brothel.
Oh, nice.
There are multiple
like,
other
amazing.
races walking around with things on what do you call it? The platter things with some drinks on them, walking around to other patrons. It's not that busy at this time because it's like 1 p.m. But there are still some patrons in there. No, they're not plinking gold at the people, but they're just kind of like putting them onto the stage and just kind of insert being suggestive here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where you guys walk into, and you can see a couple of people. There is a bar here, so there are drinks here. But you see a. Let me roll again. See a dwarf person behind the bar who's kind of gives you guys a nod as you guys walk in.
Hey boys, ready for a good time? What the fuck? I kind of just walk in, so I'm standing in the door, and I look at Ken, and I'm like, yeah, you've been here a lot, haven't you?
He's just like, where the fuck am I?
Holy fuck. Good shit. This place is also dark, dingy. Can definitely put together you're in the lower end of town.
I'm like to Kim. Well, it's got drinks. We could
It's got drinks.
try it.
I think that's a go.
I think that's a go. I sort of, I just slowly walk towards the bar,
Alright.
sort of glancing at the stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I get to the bar. I'm like, all right. First round's on me. What do you want, Kim?
What is the most revolting, like, cocktail you have? You're like, fuck me real.
If you're looking for a cocktail, you're probably going to want to have a look at the either someone called the Mountain's Bounty or Traffic Stop or Cubed Spirit.
Cube Spirit. Oh my god, I love these.
I got a generator. They have effects too.
You give me the last one, right?
Alright. Fucking give me the drink back. Here it is. Cool. So, you guys get a cubed spirit. You see as instead of a glass that is given to you, there is an actual, like, pretty decently sized ice cube that is given to you guys, and there is actually drinks on, there's like a hollowed part inside of it, and there is a drink inside it. So you slug it back and then pop the ice into your mouth as you feel it melt quite quickly. Not that strong. It's pretty decent, but it'd probably take you a good few to have that full effect kick in.
Are we spending money? Do I have to keep track of that? Or are we...
Yes, you do. And the first drink...
How much for those two? I did say first round's on me.
Let me bring up this thing. Okay. That one was a silver each. So 2 silver.
Nice.
Okay, that's funny. You kind of have a look at the dwarf person that's just kind of standing there kind of smugly before going, alright, I'll get the other ones. Before making up 2 of the other ones that they got, that they brought up. Bringing up the traffic stop is quite a tall glass with different coloured red, orange and green. Even though it is in a tall glass, it is still, the dwarf lets you know, it is still meant to be taken like a shot. So you take it and you slug it back. I need both of you to make con saves.
Oh,
I
love this.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, it's not good. It's not brilliant, mate. It's not good.
Tom, that's a 24.
Alright. Kian, you slug this back and it is... It burns a little bit, but it's good. It's definitely some stronger alcohol, but you hold it fine. You put your glass down as you immediately hear to the left of you. Content warning, real quick. As Yellow, you go to take the shot. The alcohol hits the back of your throat. You hiccup, cough most of the drink back into the glass so it gets in your face. And then the most that you've drank is so much alcohol content that you immediately throw up. So you are now covered in alcohol and a bit of vomit.
Oh, that's great. I'm standing there sort of like my arms sort of like stretched to the side of it, like...
Good job.
Fuck. I look at the bartender and I'm like, do you have a cloth?
You do know what this place is, right? Of course we got one.
And I sort of, that doesn't make me feel any better. I'm like...
Reaches into like a bucket at the underneath the bar and kind of puts their hand on it and just kind of biffs you one. Clean enough.
I look at it as I'm wiping it. I look at Ken and I'm like, that one's on you.
It's all over you.
You're a cheeky little dwarf, you are.
Oh, fuck it's okay. That one would have been a silver and 4 copper.
Beautiful.
As in for both of them or for one of them?
For one of them.
Okay.
I just kind of like, I finished wiping myself down. I look at Ken and I'm like, I don't know if I like this place. and I look at him and I'm like, how about we find a bottle store and we go sit somewhere nice.
Hayden's either thinking or he didn't hear you.
Right. Alright.
Okay. So, they aren't exactly bottle stores.
Oh, not bottle stores. I said bottle store and I was like, well, it's not exactly going to be if I can have the land.
Just go raid the cellar at the castle.
There's that, or you can literally just go and buy bottles at the tavern and then go somewhere to drink.
Someone just finds these two on top of like a house or something, just drinking.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
Drinking and lighting off fireworks.
Nearest
Where did they
tavern.
get fireworks?
I don't know if I can know.
What are they
I
doing
can
with
cast
fireworks?
fireball, Brooke.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did you just say firebolt?
Fireball.
Or fireball? I
Oh,
mean, like
damn.
both of them still
Hell yeah.
a little
Okay.
bit terrifying.
So, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna go raid the castle, or you're gonna go to a tavern and buy some booze?
We're attempt to find another tavern.
Let's go to a tavern.
Why don't you go inside and walk in a different direction again?
Are you gonna let Kian take the lead, or are you gonna take the lead this time, Yellow?
I'm gonna take the lead this time.
All right. I'm gonna get you to make a perception check then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Been rolling awfully today, and I say do it again.
All right. In roughly the same kind of area in this part, in the lower class area, you do find a tavern, like an actual one, called the Measly Cave. Going in, there are no scandalously dressed people. This is actually a tavern. And there is a line of alcohol and stuff on the wall that you kind of have a look at. All in like bottles and stuff like that, so you are able to buy per bottle. They just cost more.
Nice. I'll go up to the guy, counter, or whoever it is. I'm like, give us a bottle of your strongest.
Alright, you see a massive Goliath Goliath guy, who you definitely have to look up at, and just kind of very like beefily, it's like has to stand like that, and turns around and has a look at some of the stuff, picks out 2 bottles. One of them is like a completely black bottle. There's a it actually doesn't have a label on it, but has one of the corks on it. Puts that one down, and then grabs another one, which is like a red one. A red one that goes gradients into green. This one you can see has the what's it called? The label on it is called Will of the Whiskey.
Full of the whiskey.
Yep. And
Look, yeah.
You both of them? Yeah, a bottle of mead.
just gives you a nod and grabs one of those as well. On the front of it, it says Madman's Mead.
What happened to me?
For
Sounds
the
like just the drink
3
can.
of them, it'll be
Take a bottle of mead. My brother gave me another bottle.
do you actually have mead?
It's mead, yeah. My brother has a distill, and so he makes me booze. There's
Dang.
a bottle of mead because he doesn't like the mead.
Huh.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That apparently is also Hummingbrew mead remade from Skyrim, because you can use the Skyrim recipe to make real mead.
Dang.
Oh my god.
For a total, it'll be 11 gold.
Great.
I'll take the Will of Whiskey. Then I'll just take that one.
Oh, just that one? Okay, sorry. I thought you went all together. Okay, so...
Oh, that's what I was doing.
Oh, okay, he's taking all of them. If you want another one of that one, then it'll be an extra 3 gold.
Oh yeah, nah, King take all of them. I'll just drink what he's got.
Go. Alright. You have those, and you can find a place to go and drink. Moonstone is a massive place, so there are a lot of coasts and beaches all along here. A lot of this area is grasslands though as well, so you can either go to like a little bit out of town to like a riverside, or if you literally just want to climb up the top of a building and chill up there, that is absolutely an
We'll
option.
end up on a building. But
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly where we're going. We're going to Amelia's room.
What?
Okay.
We're gonna go back to the castle, and we're gonna go to her room, and yeah.
Okay. You go back to the castle. Gallo, I'm gonna need you to first call odds or evens, and roll a d6.
Let's go evens.
Okay. Okay. And now I need you to just roll another d6.
Okay.
Cool.
He's covered in fucking vomit.
It's cleaned up decently, but I mean, you do get a few looks from some of the stuff. You walk through the castle, and as you're looking for Emelia's room, you very come to quickly notice that there are a lot of fucking rooms in this place. You walk past a couple and like kind of pop your head on. You're like, okay, these are obviously like guest bedrooms. That's fine. You go up to this the second floor. Oh, sorry, the second floor is where most of the guest bedrooms are. The third floor, you go up there and it's like, okay, this is where probably the actual nobility sleep, because there are actual bedrooms in here. You open one of them and you're like, that can't be Amelia's room. You open another one and you're like, okay, I have a feeling this is her one. You walk in there and there is a it's like an ocean blue bedspread and one of the like very big like canopy bed kind of things with a dark wood, and there's a one second. You see there's like a bunch of drawers and stuff in there. There's like a box with like jewelry and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, putting this stuff together, you're like, this has got to be Amelia's room. It's a girl's bedroom, whatever. You start drinking. What are you guys gonna do?
I lay down on the bed with the bottle. Yeah, I get all tucked in.
Okay.
And I just sit there drinking the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go for it.
This should be interesting.
Oh, you're I wouldn't like, and then I'll just go out to the hallway, find a window, and climb out onto the roof.
Hell yeah, yeah. There's you can go to the balcony of this room, and then from there, there's kind of like a what they call like trellis on the side that you can kind of climb up. You are climbing for a little while, but when you get up there, you can see out onto the mass amount of ocean that is there, because this castle is actually half above ground because it's on a beach, and also half in the water. So you can see the rest of the castle and the part that goes into the water, the massive walls around this place, and out, like I said, into the endless like span of ocean and stuff like that. It's you guys weren't in that other place for too long, so it's still relatively early in the afternoon. It's at like maybe 2 p.m. ish or something like that. But yeah, you're chilling up there, Kian. Gallo, you are chilling in Amelia's bed. You doing anything else? You just gonna chill there.
Well, I was sort of laying there for a little bit, drinking, feeling comfy, and then I'm like, Kian's gone. But this is like a decent 10 minutes after he left, so I'm gonna attempt to find him.
Okay. Roll the d20 for me. This is a luck check. Cool. You're in the bed for a little while, and then you get out of it, and kind of... This bed is, like, incredibly soft, so you're kind of just, like, bouncing on it for a little bit, just like... this is fun. The alcohol kind of... You haven't drunk too much, but, you hear the door open to the side of you and can see the one that introduced herself as Azurin, Emelia's sister. What on earth are you doing in my room? Get out! The balcony is open next to you as well, because that's how Kian got to the roof.
Okay, here we go. So I'm like, oh shit, no, I say shit and they realize that it's new abilities. I'm like, shit, I'm so sorry. And I sort of look around all frantically, and then I look to the window, and I'm like, I'm just gonna, I'll go. I'm gonna run to the balcony, and can I see the roof? Like, if I look up, and can I see, like, I don't know.
Not if you just look up. You can see the trellises there, so you can see it goes up quite a lot further. And you can see where the roof starts from it, but you can't see Kian, but you can see where to get to at least.
Well, I think, yes, in my confusion, I'll climb. I will climb.
Okay. You start climbing, and Azurin, who was, like, rushing towards you, is, like, standing on the balcony, like, screaming at you. Then the doors, like, slam close, so, you're not getting back in that way.
Yeah.
You continue climbing up the side of the trellis. Emelia and Viconia, as you guys are on your date, just chilling, like, laughing, you hear to Emelia, a very familiar voice. Don't you dare get in my room, you disgusting, slimy little... And then, slam! You both kind of giggle and continue your thing. Gallo, you make your way up to the roof. You get up there, you can see Kian leaning back, swigging the mead.
Can I, like, rush inside?
You would have still been, like, on your date, so this is, like, halfway through your date.
Okay, I will not rush inside. I'll just let them deal with it, whatever shit they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, that's fine.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So the two of you guys just chill on the roof then?
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Alright, cool. You both sit up there as the sun starts to set as well. You can see the same gradient happening with the light blue going to that orange and yellow before the stars start to come out into the sky as you're both, like, leaning back and drinking. Yellow, you find that despite not needing to eat or drink, similar to the food, you can still drink the alcohol and you still very vaguely feel its effects. You're not, like, pissed off your face drunk, but you can definitely feel that, like, drunk buzz.
Nice. I look at my bottle, and I've almost finished it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I would have been a lot more far gone before all this shit happened. And I kind of, like, I feel like Yellow's a depressed drunk.
Okay.
And he just sort of looks at his feet and is like, it would help, I think, if I was a bit more far gone. And I just sort of look at the sky. And I'm sort of just thinking about, like, the voices and all the shit that's happened and all the shit that we have to do. And I finish the bottle.
Alright. Any input, Ken? Can't hear you.
And from this.
Oh, yeah. Guys, I reckon because of Kian's pretty good constitution, you're both like buzzed drunk, but you're not like pissed off your face drunk. So yeah.
Yeah.
You guys chill out there probably for a while. It does, because it is Frostbillow, the winter equivalent, it does get quite cold as soon as the sun sets. So you stay up there for pretty much however long you want to. It just gets a bit chilly, and as the night progresses, it gets chillier. But yeah. To get down from the roof, I'm gonna need you both, unless you have a different way, make an acrobatics check with a disadvantage.
Yeah, nah, let's make an.
I'm actually half decent at that.
Oh, it's not worse I've rolled today.
I don't roll back. 19
Okay, pretty good, pretty good.
and a 3.
Oh,
Whereas...
oh, okay. Well, in that case, Gallo, you make your way down fairly easily. You go right down to the bottom and then make your way around, just to deftly avoid a Zarin again. Kian, you make your way down most of the way, pretty fairly. But I'd say, like, very close to...
Wait, hang on. Can I bend luck?
How often can you bend luck?
4? It's just a thing I can do, 'cause it just expends a sorcery point.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Definitely.
it expends 2 sorcery points, but...
Alright, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck. Nope. It stays on my head. That's a ghost. So it's an 8 now.
Okay, cool. You make your way, like, halfway down, like the ground floor, and as you're grabbing one, you slip, and you end up falling down and landing, like, flat on your ass. It's not that high of a fall, but it is still high enough to take full damage. So, you take 6 bludgeoning damage as you land on your ass. But you guys are off the roof and can wander inside to a bed.
Nice.
Fucking beans.
Beans.
Actually, are we on dirt or sand?
It's like grass to dirt.
Cool. I would like to plant a bean, please, Tyler.
Are these magic beans or just beans?
Sumi gave me beans.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Alright.
It's a bag of beans. I have 3d4 beans. Wait it, roll it first. So that's 3, 7, 10. I have 10 beans. So I'm going to plant 1 bean.
Alright.
And it has a D100 effect after a minute.
Alright, cool. I've got it open now, so roll that.
D100. Big yellow bit out. Watch this shit. No. Get a little hole. It's like a little bean in. And that's a 22.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, I was hoping for 20. Less than 20. Oh, wait, what's this?
An animate, immobile stone statue in your likeness rises and makes verbal threats against you. If you leave it and others come near, it describes you as the most heinous of villains and directs newcomers to find and attack you. If you're on the same plane of existence as the statue, it knows where you are. The statue becomes inanimate after 24 hours.
Holy shit.
So, what happens is the bean is planted as Kian says, hey, watch this. And you're both kind of pushed back as a Kian statue that's a little bit taller than him because it's on like a little bit of a pedestal thingy, pops up, and then you think for a second that it just popped up a statue before it goes, you're a hideous villain. That is my attempt at Kian's voice, I'm sorry. And just starts screaming horrible fucking insults at Kian.
I just still got like 9 of these fucking beans and they all do different shit. Like.
Oh my god. So that happens.
Fucking beans.
Oh fucking hell.
Oh.
Yeah, that happens. As you guys walk away from it, you can hear the echoings of this statue cussing out Kian. And I'd say because it's loud, Emelia and Viconia, as you're walking back inside around one of the other directions that these guys were on the roof of, you can vaguely hear a Kian-like voice just yelling and swearing.
Obscenities.
Yeah.
You fucking Weinstein, like, you fucking wanker.
Holy fuck, that's so good.
Your brother was a hamster. Your father was full of elderberries.
Holy shit. Okay, so that happens. A couple of guards come around to the statue and are just like, what the hell's going on? As the statue is just like, you have to go and get this Kian guy is just describing you and all of that, and they're like, as you're wandering around for a little bit, you hear one of a voice behind you call out, "Hey!" You turn around and there's one of the guards like coming up towards you. You look like the statue that's been saying some horrible things.
I put a bean in the ground and it turned into a wee statue like you would have bean.
Okay, I feel like it has to, because it says that they directs newcomers to find and attack you. So I feel like it has to persuade them to attack you. But I feel like they vaguely know who you are. So yeah, it rolled shit. They're not going to attack you. But they're still just like, they're being like vaguely threatening because they're like, do we believe what the statue said? It wasn't very persuasive, but like this guy's a villain apparently. But again, we were listening to a statue, but like the statue was him, so wasn't the statue bad? And they're just like, and this time as they're trying to like debate this, you just walk away.
I got sneaky shoes now, man.
Yeah, you're just gone. Hell yeah. You all go into bed and rest, and actually manage to have a... Yeah. The shoutings of Kian. As this one, where is it? Yeah. While each of you are sleeping, Emelia, you are... Oh, that's the wrong fucking one. Sorry, 1 second. I apparently did this wrong. Ugh. Okay, no, I didn't. Emelia, while you sleep, let me... fucking cooperate. I swear Roger just hates me sometimes. Can you cooperate? Thank you. Sure, we'll go with that one. Sorry, things were loading. As you're asleep, Emelia, you are rested in your actual bed, and find yourself restless. After putting the bow down and getting another kind of sense of dread, you end up staring at the ceiling for a while before sleep does take you. And in this dream that you're having, you find yourself with flashes of imagery. A really fluffy cloud that's like purest of white and just looks really soft. You see the flash of golden energy that could only be described as radiance flash past you. And then you see a large looking swamp. Black tar like water, bubbling, popping, before you see the shadow of something fly over, massive wingspan, before a very large feather floats down into view and drops into this tar and sinks. The tar then bubbles blacker and begins to almost pulse as something rises up from it. Right. And you see it's like a hawk. Sorry, not hawk, that's not what that fucking is. How do you describe that? It's almost like a mixture of a dragon and like a goat. And it has three horns that dip down and point up. Massive wings with parts of silver underneath it, but still the tar of this swamp sticks to it and clings to it like oil. As it bubbles up closer towards you, the face of it, while not having eyes, has a mouth. Turns up towards you and lurches at you, closing. You sit up and find yourself like breathing heavily. And the pulsing of dread to the left of you where the bow rests against the wall. Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Just a straight check, not a saving throw?
Yep, check, not saving.
19.
Nice. Good shit. You, from the pulsing that is happening to the left of you from the bow, you get out of bed and slowly start walking towards it. You can almost hear soon. It's coming. Soon. Soon.
Wait, it just said it's coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
The half dragon, half goat thing.
You don't know. The feeling from the bow echoing around your room is not letting you think straight. So you leave it and go into Taria's room. Going in there and sitting on the bed and just breathing. Trying to process the dream. You hear the sound of water hitting tile. Dripping, hitting the ground. As you look up, and the plants and vines that are all across Taria's room wilt. The wood that is around her mirror popping up with spores, little mushrooms. Looking into that mirror, you're looking back at yourself, but not you. You see long black hair, matted, dripping with water. Pale grey skin. One second, sorry. Ugh. Oh, God. Cooperate. Fucking fireworks going off outside.
Yeah, I can hear them.
God. The pale grey skin and piercing red eyes. And then from the mirror, from the top of the mirror where the spores are, water just starts to run down it, and through through the drippings of water, in the reflection of yourself, you see that figure still. In some you see yourself, in some you see Taria. And then as the water pours down from the mirror to the floor all around you, you just see yourself. And then
Like
it stops.
normal?
Yep. And then it stops. And as that last wash goes away, you see yourself back as a tabaxi.
I'm going insane. Well, it had to happen at some point.
Hey.
Only so many deaths, you know. Only so many deaths before the human mind is like, nah. Or the tabaxi weird whatever the fuck I am mind goes, nah.
Yeah.
So like as the images like were coming up, like, and it was the creepy like me. At that point, can I just scream?
Yeah.
Because I've already had like one creepy dream, and now I'm seeing like this weird mashup of like me, Taria, and a really creepy looking me in a mirror, in pretty much my sister's room, and it was like.
Sorry, I should
I'm
clarify.
just gonna scream.
It looks like you, but
It looks like me.
sorry, you see like words. It looks like Taria, but you two look
looks
very
like
similar.
Taria.
So that's what I
Okay.
mean. Yeah.
Still gonna scream though.
As you open your mouth to do so. There's just a tightening in your throat. And it doesn't actually come out. You start to like cough a little bit, and you start pulling. Seaweed matted with black hair. And when you finally manage to get it all out, it's like hit the ground, and that's where you look up and the water starts to fall from the mirror. Your voice, your throat like hoarse and hurting. You're like panting.
Like, so once the all the water's gone, is that hair still there?
It's still there right now.
Can I just like look at it?
Hmm?
And that's just how I'm just staring at it, just like what the fuck is going on? I have no idea.
Yeah. Right.
And just stay awake until the morning, just looking at this pile of hair on the ground.
Yeah.
Just being like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Mm-hmm. In a space where you're kind of like staring at it, you're kind of like dozing, your head like nodding every now and again before you like jolt yourself back up. You find at some point, as the sun begins to rise, you hear a echoing sound from like around you and behind you. Amelia. You turn around quickly, and when you look back, there isn't water on the ground. There isn't that thing on the ground. The plants are still wilted, but the rest is normal.
So no hair, no water. Just voices that I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally going insane.
Kian,
Yeah. Finally going insane.
as you are sleeping, kind of still chuckling to yourself as you can hear the other Kian yelling about outside.
Put my fucking dick in now.
You gotta shake your head and lean back into bed before your drunken stupor lets you sleep. You don't know whether it's the booze or finally being out of the tree or something, but you too have a very weird dream. A black cauldron with burning blue fire underneath it, bubbling thick and red as it spills over, putting out the fire underneath it. You are looking from your perspective as you look down and watch this tar stuff that is like thick and coagulated pull towards you and across your feet, your bare foot. Kind of move your toes in between it. It feels really weird, and while not hot because it was in a cauldron, it still feels like warm. It kind of sits for a minute around you before slowly strands of it start to crawl up your body, kind of encapsulating you in this like coagulated, gross, red stuff. You go to say something, to call out anything, and it pieces itself together and starts to go into your mouth. You can feel it going into your body, like moving through you. And a laugh that you have heard before, a deep kind of gruff laugh, maniacal, resounds around you as the red starts to overtake your face and eyes, kind of going up into your nose, into your ears, and then dipping into your eyes, into the sockets, before the vision in front of you, you see a thing start to rise from the cauldron itself. stringy, but very vaguely in the shape of, can I describe as a demon? Huge horns that jut out like that, and it doesn't have eyes, but it has a large mouth that is constantly agape and almost like pincers that come around on the side. It has like massive palm and the fingers extended into claws, but it's still made of this stringy stuff. You can see parts almost through it, and it just kind of moves and floats there for a second as that last part takes your eyes. You sit up and feel sick to your stomach. In your lap in front of you, content warning again, sorry, you throw up. Mixture of what you ate and alcohol, and for a second you have one of those moments where your eyes focus and unfocus, and when they unfocus, you see that red stuff bubbling and moving, reaching up at you. You're gonna shake your head and shove the, like, covers off you and sit back. Bring your knees towards your chest and breathe. Yellow. In your hell yeah. In your drunk-ish state, you find yourself dozing. You don't need to sleep. Most of the time you end up just laying there and staring at whatever you can. A lot of the time it was just the dirt above you, or the staircase above you. Now being in an actual place where you can look up and see like a ceiling and other objects around you, you do kind of find yourself dozing. The alcohol kind of mixing, I guess. Closing your eyes for like a very quick second before you like sit up quickly, just like, no, I don't want to sleep. You hear a very quiet looking around you and not seeing anything. Just gonna sit back. Spend like an hour bringing out some stuff and summoning Nocturne again, just to keep you some company. So you've got Nocturne back. Take out the things for that.
Oh yeah, nice.
Just letting Nocturne sit there with you, kind of hops from leg to leg and then onto your shoulder, and then just kind of takes a fly around the room before sitting back on one of the, like, bedposts, I guess. Yeah, deep breath. Just sitting in the room. You can hear almost like a pulsing sound in your eardrums, and then the sound of it muffling, almost as if you're going underwater, leaning your back up against the wall and staring forward. A lot of the guest bedrooms are built very similarly, with the bed against the wall, and right in front at the end of the bed, not in front, but like against the wall, is a like dresser and mirror on top of it. Leaning back and staring at the reflection of yourself, you see yourself, but you don't see the wall or the bed behind you that you can feel yourself leaning against. Instead you see darkness and very, very faintly behind you, some thin, some thick, some barely even visible. The only reason you can see them is because they're glowing. A turquoise-like blue like tendrils just kind of waving behind you. Staring at it for a second, and just you find yourself rocking. Before you feel Nocturne jump on your shoulder, and Nocturne kind of like picks you on the temple, and you look back. You can see your reflection normally. Nocturne then just like jumps into your lap, and you give them a pet. You hear incredibly faintly, almost missing it, a familiar voice to you, a familiar female voice. Yellow, where are you? I hope you're okay.
Oh, well, wow.
That voice you connect to... What the hell did I call her?
Oh, I've got that written down somewhere.
Siren.
That's right.
Yep. The rest of the night, seems to wisp by. The three of you barely getting any sleep. Well, not that one of you needs sleep, but
Yeah.
you still feel that kind of drowsy, not drowsy, that, that kind of like exhaustion in the morning. The three of you get up the next morning, bags under your eyes. Can either keep going, or we can end the session there. It's up to you.
Oh, don't mind. Seems like a decent spot.
Yeah.
To wrap it up.
Let you guys process your individual dreams, and then I will get in contact with someone to be your pop-up character for the next little bit.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So
That's a good idea, because we can get on with the next part.
Yeah. So it won't be... They probably won't join the next session. Well, you might hear of them, but I don't think you'll be introduced to them till the session afterwards, as a heads up. So, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll end that session there. Spooky shit. Love that. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
It was fun.
It was a very nice and relaxing one for once.
Nice and relaxing. Yeah. Yeah.
No death to deal with this time.
True. But yeah. There's a fair bit of stuff to thunk over. So the person that does the session notes, try and be as descriptive as you can, or each of you write out your own dreams, so that you have a note of them, because insert something about significance, or maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, but that's it. I'll let you guys go, and I'll wrap up the stream.
Remo. Nice.
Holla.
Thanks, Holla.
Oh, good. Have a good week. I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
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 Hell yeah. Didn't end up doing a break. I completely forgot about it. Hold on. Let me... Here. There we go. No. What do you mean it's off center? You fuck. There we go. Hell yeah. So that's the session. Hopefully you liked it. I'm just gonna play this. Turn that down on my headset. But yeah, the next couple are going to be pretty chill, mostly because of these guys having to figure some stuff out. But yeah, I will be putting together the rules list, and also just you know, getting stuff ready for the next little leg of the journey. So I believe we do have someone set up for this next little bit. I just gotta message him and get that sussed. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the session. Hopefully it wasn't too disgusting. I love stuff like that. It's cool. It's gonna be fun. No spoilers though. But yeah, I will see you guys on Tuesday for, I think I keep saying this, that I'm going to play Spiritfarer, but then I don't end up playing Spiritfarer. So, I don't know what I'm going to be playing on Tuesday, to be completely honest. We'll just see what I end up playing. I think I'm actually most of the way through with, the first part? I don't know, first run through of Dream Daddy, Raiden's playthrough, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll figure out what to play, and then anyway, you'll be updated through the Twitters or as soon as I go live. But yeah, thank y'all for watching and lurking. Was good shit. Have a great rest of the Sunday. There's like a few hours of it left. I gotta go make food, and yeah, see y'all on a Tuesday. Goodbye.
Preach.